major, done the Worlds, and they are just here to get better seeding. CJ, is this going to be a little bit more of a sensible series compared to last time?
No, probably not. Just had a quick look at the stats, and Jobless, one of the most offensive teams in the event. And if there's one thing we've seen from Europe is that they have no defense, all offense. So expecting, or, well, am I hoping? Maybe I want some normality, or maybe we want pure chaos. Look at Zen going like almost kicking off the bat with a worldy ground pinch off the dribble. But Vitality, as you said, they've completed it, mate. They've done everything. They're already qualified through to the major, through to Worlds, and now they're just playing for chocolates.
Seeding, it's for money, it's for just making sure that you... And also trying to make sure that you stay confident going into the major as well, because we've seen what Vitality can do with this exact roster in the European and worldwide shuffle. They're one of the few teams that managed to stay together, and so far it has proven to be a good decision, especially when you look back at how they've been doing throughout Europe. Just internationally, are they going to be able to replicate that same success? And offensively here, Rado drops it down. Alpha is able to get that final touch to it, and we're also seeing Zen with a stunning car design.
Yeah, you said it as well with Vitality's actually, yeah, quite a nice, yeah, just quite a red sort of. Hang on a minute. Now, what on earth do you call this for defense? Wait, if there's question marks on Europe or Europe already, you got the world champ, the Wonder Kid, just handing that straight up to Ixo. Great dunk though, recognizing the pre-jump. No boost for Zen. I'll let him off there, but great start for Jobless.
Well, he cycled round. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're back. I was going to say, he cycled around and got a little bit of boost. But on the kickoff, Alpha just absolutely slams his face into it. Happy days, minute 15. We're tied up.
I mean, come on.
Lovely
give some credit to this kickoff, though. It's Dawson just nullifying the back corner, just killing it slightly backwards to Alpha who runs. And that's the Vitality special, known for their kickoff strats. And now they go the Sam double kickoff. I call it the Sam because, I mean, it was so successful over there. We saw the double goal come back completed, but over complexity. But yeah, I like this. You can see Vitality. That's a sign that you switched on. Take off, you know, you're implementing a strategy, even though we just saw Zen maybe make a little defensive one.
Yeah, I mean, making sure that you're thinking, keeping wired. And we were talking about what this series ends up meaning with Jobless trying to do something a little bit special with Rezi leading the charge. If Vitality do end up winning this series, both Gentlemates and Oxygen make the major. And as well as that, Gentlemates will also be grabbing a Worlds spot off the back of this win. So if you are one of those French supremacists out there wanting all the French teams to make it to Worlds and the majors, you are rooting for a Vitality win here today.
Or if you just want Oxygen to make the major, if you kind of, you know,
yeah, that's
if you want to play, see a bit of, what do you call it?
3 lions on the shirt.
If you're into the 3 lions, get involved. If you're into get involved as well, because who else but my man Radosin just to fire one into the back of the net for Jobless. That is sensational. That's clinical. That's defensive positioning 101.
I think he should take defensive positioning 102, because that would then tell you to be facing the other way, so it then bounces out away from your net.
Yeah, he took the free trial course. He definitely needs to start, you know, investing a little bit of money into some, perhaps, teachers with qualifications or something in the defensive department. But oh well, it could just be this day for Europe when there's a lot of on the line. I know for Vitality, not as much, but when there is pressure, everyone can kind of feel it, Stumpy. Does create some interesting things on the pitch.
It gets very silly very quickly. Then they wanted to make this a lot more of a serious matter. Goes up for a flick, down for the 50. Took 2 players to block him away from it. Can't get the bump on his way out, but Radosin does get the bump on Alpha and prevents him from coming in.
We were mentioning Vitality being in form and how it is a really good thing for them. And I think even Radosin, own goal league, I mean, we saw it last season, they won the World Championship. So I think that's a good sign as well. And they are a team we can comfortably say are able to play the same on LAN as they do online. You saw what they did in the spring split last season, followed up with the World Championship victory. So, you know, they're not a team where, you know, they go all right online and then you think, gee, I don't know what they're going to do at the major. You can be comfortable that they can perform on LAN.
It's a copy-paste of everything that they do at home. But with 90 seconds left, we've not spoken that much about Jobless, and they're currently in the lead. They've been a bit of a sleeper team, and the fact they're the only other team with a chance of making it to the major at this point on Saturday is quite remarkable, considering how their series did actually begin. Obviously, all these players coming from various teams around Europe. Ixo having his shot at going to a major after being extremely confident that him on Oxygen was going to be able to do it. Unfortunately for him, wasn't able to be the player to bring Oxygen to the major, but wanting to make sure that he is able to show up there at some point in this season. A minute remaining, and they are still in the lead.
Yeah, he as well, statistically, had a pretty good event so far, overall stats, and as I mentioned before, the offense has been fantastic. Redosin, getting the flip reset on that one, but yeah, Jobless certainly not a team to sneeze at. There's form lines everywhere, you know, these guys taking down SAR. Obviously, we know what SAR did against K-Corp about 18 times in the qualifiers, so they certainly are no slouches and still in contention, as we said.
Final 30, wanting this pressure Vitality to lead to a goal. What they're going to be hoping for. Rezi flicks it over the top of Redosin. Alpha to pump it back from his own half. Only a good interception. Back corner is found. Zen up with a lot of boost. A lot of time, but does get shut down quite effectively. Rado, central. Alpha's there, has to get out of the way. Tries to spear himself through a player as well to open the gates.
Zen playing a lot of this third man approach. He has bought enough time for both members of Vitality to get back. Rezi going to be happy to kill time off the clock. Look at the fake, sends Zen packing a touch. He is still able to get a touch on it. Ollie's in trouble, but he does get it down. He locks it in. And Jobless take game number 1. Just absolute tomfoolery, if you would, in this region. That's a nice word, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lovely word. On Forbidden Temple, we're going to need to see a bit more from Vitality, and I'd say probably 1 or 2 less own goals.
Someone said we just had the Urban Dictionary up pulling out random words, and I've said tomfoolery. So, no, you're probably right. I'm not sure where they come from. I just speak and things happen. Redosin, well, he'll be looking to perhaps have a little bit more work down the other end of the pitch would be handy for him. We know that offensively he is phenomenal, but offensively in the defensive end as well, he's also sometimes phenomenal for the other team.
He's a character. He is Redosin, and that's all that matters. First 30 seconds, though, gone without incidents so far. 100 boost challenge from Alpha in the corner. Back right again has been lots of challenges in those corners, but you can't really work it out into a nice offensive position, at least Vitality have been unable to in this series so far. Alpha with a touch, but it does go a little bit awry. And Ixo, again, so confident, works his way in there and is giving Vitality no time to form any kind of cohesive defense.
He gave Alpha no respect on that corner touch either. Straight in and looking to gain possession and gain the attack. This isn't as much of the Vitality as we saw yesterday. So impressive in that Oxygen series, I will say. I know that Stumpy, you gave them no chance at all. We were in the green room before that one, and you said there's no way that the world champs can win this, and I was the only one that predicted them. How good were they? So far today, though, it hasn't been as hot because Jobless are here to play.
It's Ixo again, the opening goal. Alpha flipping back, awful positioning. Rado then can't make any contact on the ball because he sees it go in top corner, waits for the bounce to come back out, and Ixo has read it to perfection. Minute 20, Jobless with the lead, and again, CJ, it's what we were saying. Ixo, absolutely zero respect to any player on the pitch, and it's brilliant.
It's the new meta here for EU, isn't it? We're seeing upsets in the qualifiers. We're seeing top 4 teams go down to the lower bracket. We're seeing K-Corp decide not to show up on the second weekend. And I think it's a bit of a trend right now, the lack of respect for these top teams. You know, once you see a couple of upsets, you think, well, why not us? Why can't we do it? If we bring the aggression and, as I said, really take it on the front foot, as you're seeing with Ixo right here. What a pitch coming through. Probably a shot and a goal as well. There's the finishing. There's the quality from Redosin.
Another crossbar denter coming through in this series as well, where it's a lovely challenge from Alpha. Swipes across away from Oli. In and out. Very nearly successful. Actually, if that was completely dead on target, Ixo saves it. Rado going bar down, maybe by sheer luck, does manage to squeak in the goal anyway.
Much better response there from Vitality. Let's see if they can build off this. We saw what happened with, well, BDS. I don't want to talk about that one. Nice demo there from Oli. That's one way to remove any danger, but, well, the most dangerous man perhaps in the world was still on the ball. He does well, though, to get off. And Alpha now trying to keep possession, trying to get the lead here for Vitality. But again, we're seeing that man, your man Ixo, is just throwing himself at the ball in defense.
Yeah, it's perfect. Ixo could not be playing this series any better. Like, making sure that nobody on Vitality feels comfortable at any given moment is great. Oli gets rid of Radosin at the back, so it forces Alpha just to wait a little bit longer. He can't come in as aggressively as he would have liked, but the pressure does continue for Vitality. It's a miss, and it's a shot from Rado. The second for Vitality coming from the man that can do anything.
Yeah, they call him the any end sniper right here, and he's done it. Fortunately,
the colorblind striker strikes again.
The colorblind striker. Maybe that could be we don't know, but I like that. The colorblind striker. How good is that though? Great finishing. We've had a bar down and then beautiful placement in behind as Zen trying to get something to work for the third goal. But this is more the Vitality we saw yesterday.
Yes, Vitality though still not exactly taking control of this series. I think looking like it comes down to whatever Jobless is putting towards their own net. Only lets that ball go completely away from him. Right out to the ceiling, gets the reset. He's still got it, fakes it. And Rezi manages to pump it away from his own side. But Zen, the positioning, keeps it in contention. A dunk goes top corner. What more can you ask?
Look at the way he just shadows the backboard defender here. Oh, he's just copying every movement. He fakes high. He watches the clear. And then he knows that the only direction Oli can take it is across net, down the bottom. And he finds the dunk. He is just so clever. And gets the third goal for Vitality.
Perfect goal for them, making sure that's a confidence one as well. And there's more confidence coming out from their offense too. But with a 2-goal deficit, 90 seconds remaining, right out to the ceiling, uses his reset immediately. Actually, falls on the ball. It's Oli with 0 boost, trying to get it central. But I think Vitality quite happy just to waste a couple of seconds there.
I think so. Trying to find the pass. He has done well, but this man right here, Oli's got no boost at all. All he can do is get a 50 in behind. Zen can carry it out. That's going to be troublesome here for Jobless Stumpy if they're not going to be able to attack with any boost at all against the world champs.
Oli up midfield, needs 2 goals in a minute. Takes it down low, but low boost once again. He has had low boost on 3 consecutive plays. Definitely becoming somewhat endemic for him. Tries to go for that back corner, but Alpha's going to trip him up, beats him to the boost. Rezi gets faked out. Zen flicks it high. Seconds and seconds ticking by. Nothing that Jobless can do about it.
And he's finally got a full moon there, Oli. He is thanking his lucky stars. Back corner spawns for him. Let's see what damage he can do. He's already used it all. Hit the ball straight to out for 54. Zen trying to cut it on. Pops it backboard. No one there. Fake coming through. Radosin follow. A little bit wide as... I think so. There's a lot of low 50s for Jobless, but I don't think that's the strategy against Vitality. They look very comfortable through the midfield.
I mean, Zen has taken every single one on the chin, and he's made sure that they are going either neutral or somewhat in his favour. And regardless, even if it doesn't, it's wasting just a second more. And those have added up to at least 10-15 seconds in total. And the final 15 seconds is now going to be ticking down. Rado bumped away from the ball. Rezi with a miss. Oli with a slight miss as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no problem. Vitality, game number 2.
Yeah, really strong from Vitality there, and a great bounce back after that game 1, similar to their French brethren in BDS, albeit they didn't make it look too easy in the first series of the day. Vitality strike back.
And from early on.
Saw Coach Fruity as well there for Jobless. Great to see him. Quite a cult figure in their Rocket League community, I'd say. And a lovely fella as well. I was going to roast him, but I thought
He got roast Fruity.
no, I was gonna talk. No, I want it.
No. Clearly, share it with the class. Clearly, you want to say it. Go on.
Well, I was gonna go career. You know, I was gonna say #1 seed at the World Champs, last place. Reciprocity, but.
Cheers, Reciprocity. And also, Yummy Cheeseman coaching that team. So whose fault really is it? Whose fault really is it?
In the first place, yeah, mistake #1, Yummy Cheeseman's your coach. Mistake number 2.
You've not seen him coaching much since that. That's what I'm saying.
So, you know, quite a short career on that front, but here we go. Vitality back into the game. Great flick. It is wide though. Too much power in the end and too straight off the corner. As Radosin gets bumped all the way back. Rezi's going to be able to take his time. Perhaps this approach is the way, but again, the low 50 game didn't quite work in the previous, and flicks like that from Rezi won't be buttering anyone's parsnips.
I will say this has been just a stark contrast to what we saw in the previous series. It's so much slower and more considered. Every touch feels a lot more deliberate for the most part, and I think when one team has pressure, it's rarely then just being absolutely sent back into the opposite side. It is having actual moments of that sustained pressure and the moments of a slow play, a flick, a little pass across. It's not just send it as hard and as fast as you can in any given direction.
Yeah, I still would like to see this Jobless lineup create a little bit more up front, as you said. Any game, Stumpy, where you're having one shot, that's alarm bells, and that's probably for mine a timeout. But we have seen that Europe prefer to hang on to them, just for, you know, keep them safe, keep them close to their chest. Never know when you're gonna use it. And we didn't quite have it there after game number 2. Still though, no goals to the good of anyone here so far in game 3. Oli takes it up. A little bit of space with a reset. Go backboard with Zen, has beat one, but there's the follow, and just a bit of hesitation means to a side flip straight down the other end for Alpha. Vitality will be happy with that defensive set.
That's a very scary position as well for Zen. He actually just sends the ball away from him with low boost. Doesn't want to be challenged in an awkward position. Now Alpha going to his own back corner with 100. Ixo with a relative tap in. He's got the USA flag on his car, maybe hoping that there's somehow a chance that he can attend the World Championships in Fort Worth. Not necessarily, mate, but you do get the pass back central, and you get the first goal in game 3.
Yeah, what on earth is a kilometre after all, Stumpy? I mean, what a goal coming through. And that was one for freedom. There, 1-0, very nice. Half a game for Vitality to try and get back. Perhaps a timeout was not needed here for Jobless. Again, every time I think they should call a timeout, I get proved wrong. The team just goes on and wins the game.
Midfield again sees Oli go up high. That backboard, though, is covered by Zen. Finds Alpha low on boost, has to get a touch, can't get anything. So Ixo now is going to be the recipient of the ball. Mid boost stolen back by Alpha. Ixo forgoing the ball. Resi now comes in for, and I feel like lots of these players aren't coming in with a lot of boost. Ixo, great positioning. Low boost plays, Oli can tap it in. But full credit towards Ixo here and his sheer ambition on the play.
Yeah, he had 0 boost, but he didn't worry. He positioned aggressively. The double commit save. Zen was just bouncing around off the crossbar. Best. And this, there's a bit of game 1 about it now, suddenly. The change up, the aggression, and it is, I don't know why I'm calling him your man, but you are pointing it out a lot. Ixo showing that aggression. So good for Jobless up front.
I don't know why he's my man. I think he hates me. Minute 45. Zen takes the ball central, finds for a dosing. No opportunity for him to get that goal. What?
He's got a photo of you on his wall, I think, and he uses you as motivation.
I think it's full of darts from whenever he practices.
He's hitting 180s on your eyeballs.
He'll do well with the aim on that, in fairness.
Yeah, it's certainly helping his accuracy here, though. The aggression is paying off against Stumpy for Ixo. Resi, here we go. Jobless, they want 3. That'd secure game number 3 here. Alpha works it downfield. No boost. Going to leave it for Zen. Looks for a close double or a Dosen, but here it is, only saving the day. Jobless, loving this response.
As Ixo also with a huge amount of trust in Oli, because Ixo thinks, okay, I don't want to go up here, I've not got the boost to go for it, then leaves the net completely open. At least leave a man challenging. Rado and Alpha both getting demo. Zen comes in for the challenge, and yet Jobless' back line stays firm.
They need to keep holding on, though, because they're not out of trouble just yet. Zan's going to have to throw himself forward, just wants to keep it in. The same out pitch, and Alpha's fade too. This will be dirty if he gets a goal. Everyone's looking for the bump. Oli back in time, though. This is the speed from Jobless. Even when they come into trouble, they are able to get back in time and help out that last man.
Nice bounce central, goes in favour of Vitality. Zen to the ceiling, but Rado fancies a touch on that ball as well. Oli, good control, great flick over the top. Resi also gets rid of Radosin. There's 2 goals needed to chase for Vitality here, and Alpha gets rid of a player from the pitch. Ixo's gone, Resi's up with the ball, a backflip on target, Rado saving.
Zen gets demo. That could have been the best chance. He had 100 boost to work with. Alpha has to go. He's just trying to force the issue, but all it is only downfield. There's the demo. Resi with 100. Alpha's just trying to chase bumps. Jobless regain the lead in the series. Forget about the timeout. They are back.
I tell you what, that is a brilliant showing from Jobless too. 2 goals, not even just one that's squeaked through, not just a Rado own goal, a Zen defensive mistake. That was...
Who knows? Right now,
maybe
it's
there's
working out.
a second dartboard next to mine with Fruity's face on it. We have no idea.
Who knows what Ixo's got in store, but what we do know is what he's doing on the pitch right now, and it is fantastic for Jobless. They have the lead in the series, and this could put them onto match point. It cannot be understated how important this game win is, just for the momentum and to try and worry Vitality out of this one.
I mean, this series affects literally the entirety of Europe. It affects Worlds. It affects every single chance, or rather the major. It affects every single team that is watching that still has that chance. And Jobless are starting, making sure they're putting that pressure on Vitality. They've got everything to play for. Oli. Awkward little touch in the back corner, but let's keep it in the corner. Double touches. Keeping Alpha at arm's length, and he can't push anything too much further down. They're thinking, Alpha, you can take 5 more shots, mate. None of them go in, and we are absolutely taking it.
Vitality look really awkward, playing so slow out of net, but we are seeing a little shift as well from Jobless. This isn't what you want. I feel like they're kind of, I don't want to say going back into their shells, but you can almost think, all right, if we just play solid here, we get this win, all of a sudden we're on match point, but they need to keep doing what they're able to produce in that game number 3. That's with EXO being aggressive and catching out the offense or catching out the defense of Vitality. Look at the ceiling touch from Redosin. He does have no boost for the follow-up, but as I said, I want to see more offense coming through from Jobless because they're giving up these touches. Zen couldn't work it around on the shot, and EXO can take it downfield.
I mean, Zen tried to get around it for the shot or the pass. Regardless, Redosin's not anywhere near the position he has to be in. Alpha is happy coming out there. He's got enough speed to return in decent time. Oli, though, all on his own, he does not need a teammate. He sets himself up, says thank you very much. 1 goal Jobless.
Yeah, just delays his flip. Look at the bump coming through as well from EXO, clearing out any hope of Redosin rotating back, but Oli does the rest. Over the top corner. Here we go, Jobless. 3:30. They need to keep putting the foot down. We know how quickly Vitality can turn it around, but it's a great start here. Zen, though, with a shot on there. Great save, EXO follow-up. Help defense comes through and arrives for Oli.
It's a lovely shot, too, from Zen. That was a real big threat for them. Manages to save it away, but Redosin now taking his time as Zen is removed from the pitch with the original recipient of that ball. Alpha touching down to 1, but Oli again. The interception master. Alpha, a complete misread there, or at least going away from the ball. But as you were saying, they're slow out of net. And that just goes to confirm it even more. Miscommunications, issues. Definitely for Vitality on the defense. Zen now letting that ball go low, but what does it let in? Resi can go for more challenges.
Yeah, they're not in the Arsenal coin flow state at the moment, but this is really dangerous. You can see both the Jobless in net. Oli's in trouble. Great read, though. As you said, it just feels a little bit too methodical from Vitality, like they're not synergizing as well as we have seen. There's a great offensive set, but we're not seeing those demos get swept through that clinical nature of the best team, or at least the world champs, should I say. This isn't quite happening. Redosin having that firepower, but we yet to really see Zen in true form.
Under half-time now. Oli trying to go for that one shot too. Alpha is going to be there to get that save away. And also the offensive push is going to start all from the bumper of his car. EXO up to challenge. Redosin, great shot from him towards the opposite corner. A miss, hopefully, Zen was thinking from Oli. Alpha gets one central, opens it for EXO. EXO goes high. Oli's there, drops it low, on target. EXO goes top corner, but the crossbar yet again dented.
And it's a phenomenal player, that crossbar. Anyone that wants to work out how to defend, look up a tutorial on how to be a living, breathing post in the game, how to be a crossbar, because that thing can save some shots. Oli going to be able to clear it from Redosin, who had no boost, which is interesting, moving downfield. He's able to scoop up the 100. EXO looking to control it. He's so good using that one's experience to just get some touches, but he's not going to be able to hit that. And Resi needs to become up huge. He has done a clear that's got bounced over the top of Zen. Alpha with the follow-up, Alpha with the shot, Alpha with the goal.
It's finally, though, some sustained pressure on Vitality actually leading to a goal. Resi, an awkward touch in the corner. Rado realises Alpha's there, and you'll see that pass time and time again. It can be dangerous if your teammate isn't present, but Alpha, on the opportunity, did find himself right place, right time. Great rotation from him. And Jobless, they were boost starved, they were awkward in their net. Opportunity, Vitality, to make sure they do not go to a serious point that they, I'm sure, were not expecting.
Oh, Redosin, if he was more straight on, would have had an open net, but all he could do is hit it to the corner as EXO takes it out. Redosin stops the steal boost. Zen nearly gets caught out. And Alpha, the positioning from Vitality. Oh, the kick it go again, just a little bit awkward. He's going to be able to leave it for Redosin, but it's not intentional, and it means the rotations are slow. Look at the fake coming through. Alpha has to bail out the team. But yeah, it's not as clinical as we saw against Oxygen and Gentlemates yesterday.
We've seen some real problems here, I think, for Vitality. They are not as robust as I think we've seen them be, especially in the last couple of open qualifiers. They've looked outstanding. They're the only team so far to be going to the major. They're there for a reason. And Jobless are schooling them on pretty much every single front.
You can just see a few touches where they're going, oh, help. Someone takes it. Stuffed up. EXO takes it up. Getting out of the corner, though. Not going to find a direct line to net. Redosin, nice patience from him. Has a lot of boost. Gets at around 2. He's only going to find Resi. Pre-jump comes through from Alpha. He was up so early on that not quite seeing the follow. The bounce dribble is only going to be in the hands of that man, Zan. Where did it only come from? Overtime will be nice to Jobless. Like, can they steal it?
2v1.
He's out the back. He's only got a quarter boost. Resi goes low.
Oh!
Absolutely done him. Jobless might just steal this game and might move on to match point.
Bigger brains get more goals, and Ixo absolutely missiles himself towards Alpha. Resi with a relative opener. 3 seconds remaining. Jobless moving on towards that series point.
Oh, they've gone the double kick off, the triple kick off.
They've done it.
Just killed on the ground. 3-1-2 Jobless. Up the entire footpath, knocking over people. That's what it is. If they can take down the enormous scalp of Team Vitality, the world champs who really have been looking fantastic so far. You look at yesterday, I mean, we're looking at recent form. Took down Oxygen, took down Gentleman's. What did Jobless do? I mean, they were just, they were looking for a job. They were looking for employment yesterday. Scraped their way through out of the Swiss stage and now have 3 chances to take down Vitality here. 3-1 up in the series.
Triple match point is outrageous, but it is so well earned for this team. Resi from that back corner wanted to alleviate this Vitality pressure as soon as he can, although realistically that Vitality pressure has not been that deadly. Ixo receiving a pass from Oli. And again, the word is ambition that we're looking at for Jobless right now, and their determination has been pulling them through this series. That's a shot! That's on target! It's Oli again, just not leaving the orange half.
Well, I mean, what has happened here, Redosin?
You have so much boost, Redosin!
He had a full moon. He had an entire moon. A solid. It was full. The sky was lit up with boost. And he's done nothing with it. He just didn't see him coming. He turned underneath the ball. And perhaps no game audio, perhaps didn't flick the right stick around, no awareness, didn't turn off camera ball cam. And that is the worst possible goal to concede off the timeout as well. After you've had a chat, Fairy Peak running them through all the necessary procedures. They're 1-0 down.
I mean, Redosin with 100 boost got outpaced by a player with none. Like, the positioning, the decision-making was just shocking. And that is now Vitality chasing with 4 minutes left. Zen has to push his way back. And that absolute boomer just finds his way home.
Oh, they just pushed up way too high. You can see Zen, third man. Look how close he is. Where's he going? There's no one back at all for Vitality. Structurally, they're usually so on song. And Zen, of all people, has made an enormous mistake, giving up 2 freebies off the timeout and are 3 minutes 40 away from being eliminated in the quarterfinal.
In his first 90 seconds, it's worst case scenario for Vitality. Oli, though, with a miss. There's Resi with 100 boost and a lot of time. No one really challenges him. He actually goes low. 1-2. The third cannot be found from Resi, but beating 2 of Vitality in respective 1v1s is stunning. Ixo and Alpha both shying away from that Rule 1.
You can see how comfortable Ixo is, though. He said, Rotto, you want to play? Let's tango. You want to dance? Let's dance. Alpha said no thanks, and Ixo said, Rotto, I'll get back in net. 2 goals still to the good of Jobless, and this is a great touch from Oli again. They're slow to get back. Alpha on the backboard will be able to scoop it up, travel it, transition it downfield to Redosin, who gets the pop back to Alpha, back to Redosin, back to Alpha, back to Redosin, and back to nobody. Sully gets the touch.
His first 2 minutes have been exactly what Jobless needed, especially after that Vitality timeout as well. The morale of Vitality could not have been higher, I think, in that moment in this series at least. And yet, again, no respect. Jobless don't care. They're here to get a job done. Zendo removing 1. Rado drops it low. Alpha's there to shoot. It is 1 brought back, and you see Redosin light up on the camera.
Yeah, a lot of time left, and a great little drop down there from Redosin. Alpha, he just finds the opening, squeezes it in between 2 of the defenders. Top left, left-hand side. Back to 2-1. It's not quite panic stations just yet. They've done enough to steady the ship for now, but they still need to find 1 more.
We hit half-time in game number, 5 now. The 3 match points, the series points that Jobless have got, but Zen taking over. Bumps Oli, Resi's there. Oli, though, taps it back towards his own net. Ixo, incredible positioning, and saves the blunder coming in for his teammate.
A little bit of a whiff for Alpha, though. Another shot. Oh, Ixo's just got to stay down there. It was a disrespectful positioning, and it almost paid off. Down the other end now, Alpha off the ceiling. He's just lost it, but managed to find a dunk on two. Radosin, how's your placement? How about Zen in the middle? And how about the equaliser for Vitality?
That's what they needed. And it was only 30 seconds after we were looking back and thinking, oh, maybe not. But Radosin sends it central. Zen slams it home, middle of the net. Bullseye for the young gun.
Yeah, if that was me, I would have put it straight off the crossbar back into my own net. So he's done so well to get up. It was a quick infield pass.
Hello.
Hello. For the Hello. We haven't seen one of those since 2019, and he's pulled it out in the quarterfinal against Vitality to get the lead back.
A stunner! Unbelievable! Ixo has taken this opportunity to maybe the glimmer of making the major and is running with it.
I mean, what a disrespectful way to get the lead back just when Vitality might have some momentum and they could score again here, but Ixo with so much aggression, he's been the hero, and look at the bumps coming through. Radosin's in massive trouble. He had a pre-flip off the post, did really well in the end. There's a lot of boost for Vitality to work it out, but Jobless, as I said, that is such a good goal to get. Sometimes it's just your day, and it was almost his moment there. Ixo off the ceiling, doesn't quite get that touch.
Final 90 seconds is going to be gigantic for the landscape of Europe. 80 now, Oli to challenge Alpha. Rezi patient on the backboard, drops down, great positioning. Rezi now from the backboard, sends it along the midfield. It's going to see him challenge versus Radosin, gets it round one. Oli goes away from the ball, leaves Ixo in a 2v1. How does he do?
It's important to note as well with this minute left as Vitality need one. They're actually not fully locked in for Worlds yet, so not just playing for chocolates and a bit of prize money, as we said at the start, and some points and seeding. Everything's still on the line. They're only at London so far, and they get a well and truly necessary goal back. 52 seconds left. We're back to 3-3.
That's a great point. Yeah, I misspoke earlier. Vitality, they need to win this series, and then they'll find themselves at Worlds. That is their win condition to make sure that they lock in the last two lands of the season. Jobless are currently playing spoiler to that, but an equalising goal with the minute remaining still gives Vitality that hope.
Is there any more magic coming through for Jobless for Ixo? What have they got? 50 by Zen. A lot of aggression. Rezi's in big trouble. He's done well to recover, though. He's dodged the bump, and he's found Ixo downfield, who can get a nice flick across the Oli. What a touch from Alpha. You could see the shot was going to be huge there, but didn't quite come through. Rezi trying to get a kick out, does, but again, Oli was just a little bit close on the follow. They don't get the shot on. They're still pushing forward. They're looking for bumps. They're dancing around him. Ixo trying to pitch it through. 18 seconds. Feel like Jobless want to close this out. They don't want this overtime. They've got a lot of pressure.
It's a great challenge midfield. Ixo shuts it down before that attack really becomes an issue. Zen central. Rado's there. Goes high with it. The double tap chance. Zen is then back for the 1-2. Radosin wants to go ceiling, central. Ball instead just goes to the ground. Overtime. Jobless, an opportunity to take down Vitality and crush their world's hopes for now. But Alpha off the kickoff. It's what they rehearse for these moments. And Vitality keep themselves safe.
Johnny Boy punching the air, punching his desk right now. Only turns upfield, doesn't turn net. They don't cover the short cheat, the close kill.
It's just that they can secure it today to then make Worlds. Vitality have still got lots of other avenues. Of course, they're going to be going for the London Major. That's going to pretty much get them there as well. But Jobless, still, their job is to win.
It's a nice 50 from Rezi, who's going to jump up again, and double commit comes through. Oli backs off. Lands underneath the ball. More 50s. The low 50 game is back for Jobless. Sort of been their trademark, particularly from Ixo, trying to force the aggression. A little bit of offense coming through. Oli gets demoed. Alpha, beat that solo play. He's going to find a Radosin pre-jump from Ixo. He's lost it. Could the fake come through? The fake does come through. Oli's ready for both. Covers everything. Could have definitely been a goal there for Vitality, if not for the superb defense.
I tell you what, though, seeing it from that position, you think, yeah, that's obviously going to be a fake. Oli has no idea. He has to cover two angles, and he does so. The defense is outstanding so far from Jobless. Oli sending it low, but nobody following. He just goes straight back to Zen. Actually takes a shot very high up with Ixo covering the backboard. I'd back him. Just take a shot on the net there and force them down and make it awkward.
Rezi launches it, and oh no, that's probably a good pass.
Oh my word!
He's just caught it in front of net. He just sits downfield and camps up the campfire, sets up the barbecue, and cooks them.
Utter disrespect. That is an outrageous touch for a player having the series of his life. against one of the greatest teams in the world, against one of the best defenders this game has ever seen, and he cooks him.
Zen had no idea, or he might have had some idea, but Ixo was just too quick. The pre-jump in the end is a possible thing for Vitality. The skim off the car ended up straight in Ixo's lap. Great goal there, and you know, if you are Jobless, it's easy to say that you don't want Game 7. Of course, you'd rather win in Game 6, but against this Vitality, they're so clutch in the big games. It's got to hold on here. They lost it in game number 5. They've got the lead. They need a lock, batten down the hatches right now, but these demos, these bumps are going to be pretty tough to deal with. You can see Radosin circling, looking for something. He's got to find the ball now off the side, off the corner. Ixo needs to defend, and look at this. They're getting that one-touch dump in there, instantly looking for a bump.
I mean, bear in mind that Jobless, they had that 2-goal lead with 2 minutes remaining. Resi, they're going for this chance to try and make it that 2-goal lead yet again. And before Jobless lost it from that position, they cannot let that happen again if they can get into there. They need to make sure that they are staying extremely vigilant, no matter what the scoreline is.
So tries to get it to the 50. He's going to lose it back corner, which will help out Resi. No boost. Alpha looking for bumps. He has found one. Radosin wants in, but again, the rotation's coming through. Resi looks to the pop, gets it over the top. Alpha has to go. It's just going to be off the backboard. Tries to catch and go again with a reset to Zen. Ixo right there. He has just been the intercept man for Jobless. Resi, what can he do? He's going to take it low. Looks for the pop. Zen gets the 50. Jobless keeping this ball in the right end. This is how they want to play it. Don't want to have to play constant defense against the world champs.
They've got that halfway line now. We saw just how sketchy Jobless did become and how much Vitality turned it on from this point. So Jobless, you've got to expect them to do the exact same thing again here on Neo Tokyo. Oli, though, getting a couple of demos to his name. Sent long, Zen to collect. Resi can block him out.
Alpha, can't quite get that one to work. And look at Resi underneath again. We'll have support in the midfield. Goes for the reset. Radosin, happy to clear it to the side for Zen, who just launches it downfield.
It's a scary moment, though, as you see a couple of players actually going for the commit on it. Resi takes it low, can get the challenge and the control. Zen low on boost, Resi, and Oli with a lot. This is good boost advantage coming in, and Oli, Predator missile, going straight for the attacking player.
It's a great bump as well, and a great pass to Zen, who's going 50s again. So many low 50s in this series. Really gets the touch, gets bumped off it, however. Radosin stealing all the boost, getting an early pop. And they are very low here, Jobless. They're going to have to hang on because all of Vitality have 100 boost.
Oli, though, with 100 boost for himself, shoots on target, just wide, in fact. Two players did manage to find themselves back. We approach 1 minute remaining. Ixo with a challenge. Oli with the backflip. Goes low then with a challenge versus Zen. Resi has to avoid a bump and then get the ball. Takes it to his own corner. Can then take over. But Zen, he has got no time for these fancy tricks. He needs to get rid of these players. And they need a goal fast.
They're running it back. They don't want to score. It's a clear directive here from Jobless. Happy to take the 1-0. 45 seconds left. All they need to do is keep it out there. If they can keep going for some fakes, but Vitality, they're going to throw everything at this last 30.
Hearts in their mouths. Vitality are needing to get this win. Jobless, anything to secure it themselves. Alpha, right-hand wall, sees the player central. It's Radosin. Just a reset on target. Ixo, gorgeous save from the post. Again central. Rado, Zen, goal! And equaliser for the Golden Hornets.
A phenomenal save, but you've got to back it up and do it again. 4 seconds later, Radosin infield straight to Zen. Perfect pass and an even better shot. Vitality keep on clutching up at the death.
But the kickoff, we saw what they did previously for a couple of other goals. It's going to be another intelligent one. Rado ends up getting it towards that back right-hand side. Zen with 100 boost. Challenges with Oli. Taking his time, heads backwards himself. 100 boost, that back corner. A lot of pressure on these players. Flick high, Alpha to save.
Double commit comes through, whoever they... A little bit worried about that one. 7 seconds. Are we going to get another overtime? Are we going to get Vitality magic off the kickoff again? Oli's just looking for the pass, looking to get it around Alpha. 50 comes through. Radosin up in the air. There's only want the ground. He's going to stay behind it. Probably wants OT. We do get it. Game 6. Vitality win. We get another champ field. Or can Jobless play a massive upset?
Sam kickoff Alpha, the immediate double demo as well. Resi is left on his own. And again, more defense just coming out so strong from the Jobless player. Alpha long back into the opposite half. And now we finally get more than 3 seconds in overtime in this series.
Huge pinch. Resi does well to just get a touch on it. Looking to land, but Radosin takes it back. To that man Zen, early flick. Look at the space he's got to work with as well. Oli has to back off. He's going for the air dribble cringe as Rezi helps out Oli in there. He'll be happy that he had a teammate to support there.
I think Oli managed to dodge him as well, so credit to that defense regardless. But yeah, having that teammate back up gives you a little bit more leeway. Eeks has to pump this from the backboard, does so. Oli is nearly found, but Alpha getting caught, catching that ball out in the midfield. Zen, brilliant block, nearly takes that shot on target, just goes high. Ixo looks to see Oli. Centrista takes it low himself. Central again, Alpha to catch. It's going to be a 1v1, gone just wide of the net. First minute elapsed, and it has been extremely close both ways.
Yeah, they're winning this midfield game though, Vitality. You can just see the space they're getting, how Oli has to back off. The demo's coming through. He's got to wait for support in behind. He's got to wait for his teammates to respawn. Zen throws it across. This time there's no one home for Vitality, looking to push forward. Who's going to be that player to take the game by the scruff of the neck? Look to play offense. It's a whifty in the corner. You can see the pressure coming through, the bumps on Alpha. Ixo, he's trying to carry it around. He's been the hero, faking everyone out. Over to Rezi. Jobless, trying to keep this ball in, trying to get to work. Alpha, so well. Every touch, so much value on it.
A tantalising float in front of the goal there from Rezi. Just only couldn't find his way in. Intelligently does not snap at anything he is not certain is going to be a good chance at a goal. Eeks now with relatively low boost has to force the ball over towards Zen. Rezi, the good defensive block. 2 minutes in this overtime, and Jobless attempting to take down a French Titan, as Endpoint couldn't do versus BDS earlier.
You want to give this much space to Zen. He's got around one with ease. He's going to get a reset as well. Takes all three to get the save, which means it's wide open, and which means we get another Game 7.
Vitality, the sheer audacity at every moment to try and push and succeed. They managed to go again with another games in a row.
Yep. It's... What do you want?
Right, here we go. I just want to make sure that people know they've done 14 in a row, but this is just the 7th. Vitality and Jobless. If Vitality go through, it's worlds for them. If Jobless go through, their hopes of the major. They stay alive. Job is not done though. Regardless, it is the biggest game that we could have asked for here in Europe when it comes to these major permutations.
Yeah, if you're looking at percentage likelihood now, 3 games or 2 games in a row for Vitality and the Game 7 and the overtime confidence, you'd have to think they're pretty healthy favourites in this one. But doesn't Champfield throw up some interesting things sometimes? All about who can strike first. A lot of demos, a lot of pressure. Vitality keeping up the aggression. They're really a team that, as we said, they can play the same no matter the situation, and they're showing it right here.
Vitality with that chance of Worlds need a couple more results to go their way if they're going to be able to do it after winning this series. But they've got the offense starting off very strong. Rado has to now track back, beat any player to the ball that he can. Rezi removing Alpha from the pitch. First minute elapsed, and it has been that aggression from Vitality that has been the difference maker that in previous games they did not have the opportunity to go for. Getting that unbelievable air dribble bump cringe. Zen with an opener and giving just the 2nd opening goal to the opposition versus Jobless this entire tournament so far.
Zen's cooking, but it's inexcusable for mine. You just cannot give him that much space. Look how late Oli jumped as first man to challenge. And all he did was just basically, he was the cameraman for the air dribble underneath. He had a great angle, actually, for the montage. But there we go.
There it is.
It does make up for it. The defense is questionable, but the offense, you cannot doubt this team. So good statistically in the Swiss stage and now in the playoffs.
Oli does it all himself as well. It was 12 seconds off the kickoff, and he manages to scoop it round, gets it through that back corner, muscles it through Zen. No amount of French fresh air buff is going to be enough for him, and we are tied level yet again.
He got a bit of a freebie there as well, he came at the best possible time, similar to what happened before, but Alpha has space now again. There needs to be an earlier challenge than that because this man will reset double touch on your head.
Explosions on the cameras as well from Zen 2. What a reset, going for the double. Dead center of the net, and that is Alpha 54 on a mission.
It was another case of they just have to pre-jump those air dribbles way earlier. It's too late. They've got to trust the teammate in behind to get the touch. So right now, that aggression we So who was the catalyst for that? It's gone away in the last 3 games, and we're seeing it here on Champfield again. Still a lot of time left, but if they keep giving these easy chances to Vitality, this lead can get blown out.
Jobless actually have a 0% win rate in games that they don't score first in this entire event. So it's not looking great for them. And that is going to be the near third goal coming in. Ixo dives in front heroically to clear the save away.
Yeah, do not tell them that, whatever you do. That's not the...
I've already DM'd it to Fruity.
Now, there you go. That's
Sorry. Well done, mate.
Well done. Only tries to get the pre-flip. No boost for him. Jobless. Have to get to work now. Still a lot of time left. It's down the right end. How on earth? He's just pulled up the bulldozer and gone straight through the back line.
Steamrolling the defense. 1-man, 2-man. Resi doesn't care. It's a left-right good night. And Ixo to finish it off with a jab. Equalized again. Game 7, halfway through. This game is going to come down to a hair.
I'm sure his first name is Chad, but we're going to have to check his Liquipedia after this. Phenomenal stuff there. And again, they find a goal out of nothing. It's so unusual. It's not quite the prettiest of goals, but...
That's where Onis came from earlier as well, though, when he just muscled it through.
They all look the same on the scoreboard. That's what they say. It doesn't matter. Alpha's double touch, or how about you just bulldoze your way through? Both are a goal, and now the game's tied up. Game 7, just over 2 minutes left. Jobless will be lucky they're still in this, but they get a chance still to create a massive upset. They can forget about the past 2 games. Everything reset here on Champfield.
I mean, right now, we're seeing Jobless control their own destiny, and they're doing a brilliant job at that. Game 7 electric so far. Ixo challenging versus at the top. There's Resi on for an open net as well. Grado, head in hands. What went wrong?
What on earth happened here?
Where is he? Why is he there? He's gone on his holidays.
Massive, uncharacteristic mistakes and just not being aware of how, I guess, the speed from Jobless, but he was inside. It's not like he was behind or above or was in his blind spot. He was directly in front of him and somehow not quite ready for the speed. Another bump comes through, another
open again.
They're going to get back in time. Zen has to hustle. He can't even get there. 2-goal lead for Jobless.
2-goal lead. Radosin has to take that touch, fine, but the demo is instrumental. You see Zen having to do anything to get back. After that agonizing 3 seconds, sees the ball floating towards his own net. We've seen Vitality come back 2 goals in 2 minutes. Jobless need to make sure that does not happen again.
Well, it has been the perfect kickoff so far. That is one of Vitality's weapons. 90 seconds now. Resi with boost. Going to be able to get a nice first touch on it. It's phenomenal, actually. He's got to reset as well, and he's got to fake it out. Alpha with 100 boost. Looks for the shot, misses. Oli just works it around. Radosin, who's gone for the pre-jump. Zen misses the second touch as well. And things are starting to get desperate.
It's more time, though, burning off the clock. Since I said that there was 2 minutes that Vitality had, it's now only 1 minute. Oli trying to challenge, just keep that ball in the opposite half. Ixo going central with it, blocking out Radosin. Radosin, though, taking his time. Resi bumped away from it. That ball now central. Oli, right-hand wing. Send it long. Get it out of range of Vitality.
50 seconds, Zen missing the touch. Resi just launches it downfield. Great demo from Zen, but we are seeing coverage coming through from Jobless. What a fake from Oli. Oh, he's just so poised. He's got a one-on-one with Zen. He tries to bump him. Zen defends well, but they need it down the other end. He's looking for something. Oli coming up huge again. Alpha launching it downfield. They have to get it go right now with the reset, with the follow-up, but it is just too much at the moment.
Right now, it's just not happening for Vitality. A demo from Alpha. You have to think that's some rage being let out on the pitch. Alpha dropping low. Radosin to receive instead. Blocked out by Ixo. Only 15 seconds remaining. And Jobless, having come from the job center to becoming architects of their own future, keep their major hopes alive with the destruction of Vitality.
They absolutely broke their hearts. They took them all the way to Game 7. They let them get back in the series, only to let them down again. 5-2, Jobless will move on to Championship Sunday, will upset the world champs, and will keep their dreams alive.
That is going to also be, bear in mind, Gentlemates and Oxygen hoping that Vitality, once they could secure their major chances here and now. And Vitality having a loss means that Gentlemates and Oxygen, they are not confirmed for Worlds or Major. There's still those chances on their own sides. But Jobless, my word. Ixo said last split he was going to be the man to do it.